The best thing you can do as a new YouTuber is answer the question, what do I want from YouTube? And yes, I understand we all want to be big YouTubers and successful, but the question is, what does that mean to you? In this video, I'm going to be breaking up 4 main categories of what you can get from YouTube, and I present them so you can evaluate them and figure out which of those mean the most to you. And the reason why we're doing this is because at the end of a year or 2 years of you grinding away at YouTube, you will come to a point where you're looking back at all the work you've put in and you're going to ask yourself, was it worth it? Am I frustrated? And this is common for people to be frustrated because they aren't getting what they want from YouTube. And when you look at their channels, you realize they've been putting in a whole lot of work, but not the kind of work that will lead them to what they want. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to use myself as a use case, and I'll explain how I've had to navigate this question. I have a medium-sized YouTube channel on the niche of my choice, which is chameleons, the lizard, and I've had to struggle with this question over the last 5 years. And so you can see how I handled that in a real-life case. Now, the 4 motivations I'm going to go over are to make money, to get a large YouTube channel, to build community, and for personal growth. And those 4 come from what I hear the most to what I feel is the most substantial and fulfilling. But in each one of these descriptions, I'm going to go over what I found to work to push your channel in that direction. Now, as I go over these tactics, you'll note that the truth is that no matter what your motivation is, we have to get good at all aspects of YouTube. The point of this video is that there's some things to focus on more if you want certain outcomes. So let's go ahead and get into the first one, making money. Making money is one of the most common reasons that people want to be a YouTuber, and you hear it all the time. I'm working to get monetized on YouTube. Now, if you put effort into YouTube, yes, it's a good thing to make money. But here's where we need to be really smart about it if making money is our goal. The first thing we need to think about is, where is that money coming from? And the first answer usually is AdSense, and that's where YouTube shares the ad revenue with you, and so you get paid just for making videos. And I agree, that's a wonderful way to go about life, but I need to warn you that AdSense is a really tough way to go because you don't earn that much. Yes, you hear about the YouTubers that are making millions of dollars. Yes, it'd be great to do that, but one look at medium-sized YouTube channels talking about monetization, or even go to social media groups that talk about being a new YouTuber, and you find out how little you actually make from AdSense. Every topic is different, but if you have a mid-sized channel, what I mean is like 30,000 to even 100,000, you may be looking at $500 to maybe $1,000 a month. While that sounds great, how does that fit in against your bills? Does that really pay the rent? Of course, I'm in Southern California, so my answer is no. Your answer may be that's a king's ransom, so this is going to be different wherever you live. The point is that AdSense is a really tough way to go, and I don't recommend doing it. On my other channel, that's I think somewhere around 8 years old, is around 29,000 subscribers. I make anywhere from $250 to $400 or even $500 a month. And that's after 10 years of working on it. Now, I didn't get serious about it until 4 years ago, but I got to tell you, there's easier ways to go about making money, and that's affiliate income, sponsorship, or having an external product line, and YouTube is just the marketing arm of your other business. Those are the ways to really make money using YouTube. So if making money is your prime goal for being on YouTube, look outside of AdSense. But say you want to get the most out of AdSense, these are the ways that you can put the odds in your favor of making money from AdSense on YouTube. First of all, pick a niche, a topic, which is very good for advertisers. Finance, tech. Remember, advertisers decide what channels they want to advertise on. And so you got to think, which industries would make the most money advertising on YouTube? Once again, finance. There's people that have a lot of money with finance. Tech. You want to do reviews about tech. These kind of things, if you're trying to make money, you choose the niche based on what is going to bring in the most money with advertising. Now, to be clear, I don't recommend this because this is a way to really burn out on YouTube. It's going to be a while before you build up your channel to the point where you get enough AdSense to make it worthwhile. And if you're going to be looking back after 1 or 2 years and saying, hey, what did I do with my life? It's very easy to get frustrated if you choose a niche, a topic based on how much money you think you can make from it. Because the people who are making a lot of money in those niches, they were experts in that niche. They chose that topic because they were experts in that. You choosing the topic because you think you can make money on it and becoming an expert on the way up, that's going to be a real tough way to go. But if you do want to get monetized, you need subscribers and you need watch hours. And when you're starting off as a YouTuber, the best way to get subscribers is by making shorts. Shorts get pushed out more, and people will subscribe a lot easier on shorts than do with long form video. Long form video, they want to see the right thumbnail, and they look at the title, and then they come on, and then they make a judgment if they want to stick around for 30 seconds or not, and then maybe they'll give you the subscribe. On a short, your video just comes up in a never-ending scroll of videos, and all you have to do is amuse them enough that they think, hey, maybe if I subscribe to this guy, he's going to make me laugh again, or make me wonder again, or cry again, or whatever. And so with a short, you just need to get a good emotional reaction. That's the quickest way to get a subscribe. Now, I'm not saying that's the best way to get a subscribe, because what are you going to do for the rest of your channel? Unless your channel is all about whatever you do in the short, those people really aren't good subscribers. They're just numbers. Once again, decide, do you need those subscribers to be more than just numbers? If so, it's a little bit more work. And then watch hours, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to be monetized for AdSense on YouTube. So how are you going to get those watch hours? Yes, I know, have a viral video. Great plan, go ahead, play the lottery, why not? But if we're going to be talking about an actual strategy that you can implement, live sessions are a great way to rack up the watch hours. If you do it right, you can get 10 watch hours a day from a live stream, or 50 hours, or more. It all depends on how good of a live session you can create. But then people who have tried this may say, yeah, well, wait a minute. The subscribers you get from the short form video aren't necessarily into these big, long live sessions. And so through the live sessions, you may lose the subscribers that came over from the shorts. And so your strategy starts to get a little shaky. But we're playing the numbers, and so more of the subscribers with the short form video will stay with you than leave you because you're doing the lives. Now, once again, I'm not suggesting that you do this strategy just to get monetized, because you're building your channel based on getting numbers and not on building a solid foundation of a community or even a type of video. And let me reiterate that. With any of these, if your concern is looking at the numbers and saying, how can I boost these numbers? Then your channel is going to be based on trends, emotional manipulation, tricks, and other things that don't create a substantial channel. If you're doing an AI channel, then yeah, maybe that's what you want to do. But if you're watching my channel here, hopefully you're doing it because you want to figure out how to make a substantial community with your YouTube channel. And that's what I'm going to be able to help with. I honestly am not going to be able to help with the get-rich-quick type stuff and the AI stuff and the finding the loopholes in YouTube stuff. I am not experienced in that. I have built an incredibly strong community in the niche of my choice, and that is what I have to bring to YouTube. So that's what you're going to get here. The next motivation is I want a big YouTube channel, meaning I want a lot of subscribers. If when you look at your stats, you always look at subscribers and say, that is what means the most to me, then you're looking for a big YouTube channel. Now, I know sometimes subscribers are called vanity metrics. The fact is, they're important to all of us. That is how our channel is judged. The larger the subscribers, the more opportunities open up for us. But if that is the number one thing you want, you don't care about the monetization, you've got a job. You want the recognition that comes from having a large channel, of which there is substantial recognition that does come from having a large channel. In that case, you are looking for lots of subscribers. Right now, the easiest way to get subscribers quickly is through short form video. But the best way to get a substantial number of subscribers, of course, is to have great videos that have great thumbnails, click-through rates, great retention, because that starts building a fan base. Now, there is a difference between fan base and a community, and I want to make this distinction. A fan base is people who come to watch your videos. A community is the people who are aligned with your purpose. If you have an entertainment channel, you have a large fan base of people who want to come watch your videos. Okay, there's a lot of subscribers. All you care about is that they are watching your videos. You don't care what they do outside of that. Now, if you're talking about a community, these are people who are aligned with your purpose. And for example, on my other channel, my Chameleon channel, the Chameleon Academy, my purpose, my motivation is I want to establish a strong community. And what I want is for those people to take what we go over, what we discuss during our time together, and apply it to their lives. Take care of their chameleon at home, be part of the community, come back, share their experiences. And so that is a much different thing than a fan base. A fan base gives you subscriber numbers. A community creates a very strong foundation of people who are aligned with your goals. And by making sure you know the difference between those two, you can decide what tools to bring into your YouTube experience so you achieve your goals. For example, short form video brings in a lot of subscribers that are okay just checking the box, you made me laugh. Live sessions require them to be synchronous with your schedule. They actually have to put, okay, I'm going to be there at 5 p.m. Pacific. They have to be involved. They have to listen to what you say. They have to think about what you say. They have to be inspired. They go and tell their friends. And so, on my other channel, I want to create community. I do less with short form video, and I do a whole lot with live sessions and with premieres. And maybe this is a good time to just segue into the third one that I want to talk about, and that is building community. If after 1 or 2 years you look back on your channel and you judge your success based on not how many subscribers you have, but the engagement, the quality of engagement, how many people you have that keep coming back to your channel, and you can see them grow and the more time they spend with you, okay, that is a community involvement. That is a community focus. And for this, you need great videos just like all of these things, but I encourage you to start interacting live. And there are 2 powerful tools on YouTube for this. The first is obviously live stream, where you schedule your live stream and you are there every week. And so they can count on you and they put it on the calendar. They interact. You see them ask questions in the chat. You bring their question up on the screen. You start talking about it. You bring people in from the community as guests to be interviewed or co-hosts. And what you are doing is showing you're not just one person. You are a community. You have these other people that you expose to your audience, and they can talk to these people and you can communicate in real time. That real-time feedback and interaction is what knits together a community. Now there's another lesser known tool on YouTube that you can use, and that's premieres. That is where you set up a video to be launched at a scheduled time, say Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific. And during the first showing of that video, there is a live chat where you can be interacting with your audience, with your community. And you can say hello. You can talk about what went on behind the scenes. You can talk about some of the concepts that are being presented in the video. The important thing is that you are once again interacting in real time. And in this world of artificial intelligence, the personal touch is going to become more and more precious. Now, I go further to where I integrate newsletters in. So the newsletter comes out and introduces a topic of the week. And then there's a video that comes out a couple of days later with a premiere. And this video is about that topic. So people get introduced to the topic in the newsletter. And then they have some questions about the topic when they come to the premiere. We can talk about it, but then a couple of days later, I have a live session that allows them to come on and we talk about the topic in depth. And by having this every single week, people know they can expect the newsletter at a certain day, the video on a certain day, and then the live session on a certain day. And so you create a calendar that they can count on. And that's the important thing, is they can count on it. They trust that you're going to be where you say you're going to be. Now, I will say, as someone who has done live sessions 2 to 4 times a week for the last 3 years, it's difficult to start these up. You have to be good at keeping the show going, even if there's nobody in the audience, because they get put on YouTube as a replay. And so people afterwards are going to be seeing this. And what they see during the replay may determine if they come during the next live session. So when you're doing a live show, you actually have 2 shows going on. You have the live audience, and then you have the replay audience. So you need to present your live shows as if you've got those 2 audiences at once. That is something that takes skill. And so if you want to build a community in using these tools, you have to get really good at these direct interaction tools. And then finally, there's personal growth. This is where you're using YouTube videos so you can learn something that you want to learn. And it really doesn't matter how many people watch it. Your goal is just to make the video, because by making the video, you're putting down a digital footprint of what you have learned, and that cements it in your mind. None of us have only one of these things as our goal. They're all combinations of all of these things. But if that was purely your goal, then looking back after 2 years, you don't care about any of the stats. You were just looking back at a library, a history of your experience. And this is the simplest one because you don't have to worry about metrics. You just have to put together a roadmap of what you want to learn and just go through that roadmap. I have a friend who does a show on reptile shows, and he doesn't care how many people show up. He's just having a blast doing it and making the videos. He looks back after a year and says, did I have fun? If the answer is yes, then woo, he's happy. He doesn't care how many people watched it. He has met so many people within his industry that he is ecstatic. And none of those things that he has gotten that he values so much is measured in any of the YouTube statistics. So it is a valid way to go about YouTubing. Now, there aren't a whole lot of us who are putting in all of this effort for YouTube and don't care about the metric. So let's talk about the real life situation where we mesh it all together. Realistically, we all care about all 4 of these things. We want to create a community, we want to have personal satisfaction, we want to earn money, and we want to have a big, successful YouTube channel. And even if we're clear as to what our primary motivation is, we will have to develop the same skills of figuring out what kind of combination of short form, long form, live videos we want to do. We'll have to figure out how to do thumbnails, how to keep retention. And so all those videos about how to use YouTube, well, they're applicable to all of us. What's important is that we prioritize our learning to the tools that are going to get us where we want to be. And I promised a real life example, so let's go over what I did with the Chameleon Academy, which is a YouTube channel about chameleons. I had to make a decision as to how quickly I wanted this to grow versus how much of a substantial community I wanted to create with it. And I played around with all the different tools. There was a time where I was making 3 shorts a day because I wanted that subscriber growth. Then there were times when I did a long form video vlog a day because I wanted to see what increased production would do for my exposure in YouTube. And then there's the live sessions that I was doing to create a strong community. And I did experience how some of these cannibalized each other. Like the people who I brought in for my shorts didn't necessarily like my live sessions. I would find that each one of my live sessions, I would actually lose subscribers, while at the same time I was creating an incredibly strong community. So that's an example of when you have to make a decision as to what are your priorities. I chose community because that is what's most important to me. And I have strengthened that with a substantial newsletter. I've strengthened that with premieres and 2 live sessions a week. And that has segued into me creating a private community for this community, which has grown so strong. I have a digital course, which is a digital product, and my decision to give up growth on my YouTube channel for a strong community has given me opportunities to grow that community off of YouTube. It is much bigger than my YouTube channel. And so here's the question for you. What is it that's most important to you? On one extreme, you have me with the Chameleon Academy wanting a strong community and yes, trying to grow the YouTube channel, but I really don't care how fast it grows as long as the foundation is strong. On the totally other extreme is, what if you have an AI channel where you're just creating content with artificial intelligence and you're just looking for that click-through rate? Because the more views you get, the more AdSense you get. I don't like that way to go about YouTube, but once again, that is what some people are doing. The thing is, you want to make sure that you put your work towards what you want to achieve. And we see this often of people who have YouTube channels that are trying to build, and after 1 or 2 years, they're incredibly frustrated, ready to give it up. You look at their channel and you realize they've spent 2 years working on this channel and you can't even tell what the channel is about. They haven't selected a niche. They decided they don't want to be confined into this YouTube cage that requires them to have a niche. Well, that's fine. So they're looking for personal growth. but then you can't measure your success by how big your channel is with subscribers. So figure out what you're going to be judging the success of your YouTube channel on, and then spend your time working on the thing that's going to give you that success. Now go and be awesome, and I'll see you next time.